Hello friends, and welcome to the Stampin' Squad. I'm Cheryl, and in case you didn't know, in the Stampin' Squad, we're just a community of friends that are learning together. We're learning to value, appreciate, and love ourselves and others, and the creative spirit in all of us. So, if you'd like to be part of our community, come on in. Come on in, come as you are. You are welcome here. Welcome, welcome to the Stampin' Squad. All right, today I have a great little Valentine card for you, and I'm using a designer series paper that you can earn for free during SALE-A-BRATION during January and February 2024. Let me show you. Here it is. It is called Most Adored. It's 12 by 12 designer series paper. There are 12 sheets in there, and the A side of each page is white with a gold foil, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then the B side is either Flirty Flamingo or Real Red. So perfect for Valentine's Day. Let's make a fun fold card, an accordion fun fold card today. So I've already cut a piece of the designer series paper. This is 5 1/4 inches by 11 3/4 inches. So before we do anything else, let's go ahead and score that. Let me grab my scoreboard. Here we go. Let me make sure I get that lined up so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put my paper right here. And if you have directional paper, you want to take just a minute to make sure you've got it oriented correctly, that the top of the paper is up here. And sometimes one side that you're looking at might be non-directional, but the back side is directional. So you just want to make sure that the top part of the paper is right up here against the ledge right here. All right, so, oh, the other thing to remember is, let me grab one of these cards. So the paper that's facing you here is going to be the paper that shows right here and is on the inside of your card. All right, and the paper on the back side is what's going to fold over right here and show on this one edge. All right, so this is how I want my paper oriented. I grab the stylus, and I'm going to use the large end of the stylus because we're using designer series paper. The small end is a little too sharp. We're going to use this one, and we're not going to press too hard because we do not want to tear our paper. So we've got 3 score lines to do. The first one is 1 3/4. The second one is 4 3/4. And the third is 7 3/4. There we go. Let me get this out of the way. And we can go ahead and make our folds here. This piece is going to fold back this way. And let me just scoot these over. We'll talk about that in just a moment. I just want to make sure that I'm lining up on the top and the bottom of my card there before I press down this crease. Now, the next score line, we're going to fold the other direction. Again, I'm just making sure that the top and the bottom of my card are nicely aligned. And one more fold here, back this way. And let's make sure we get lined up here. There we go. And press down that score line. So this is how our card is going to open. I am going to glue down this flap because I'd like to give my card just a little bit more stability. So I'm going to just put a little bit of my favorite adhesive, my multi-purpose glue right there. Fold that down, and then I'm going to just rub it in place so the glue gets distributed underneath there. There we go. And now it will open like this. All right, other things we need. We need a card base. This is real red, so it coordinates with the designer series paper. It is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let's go ahead and adhere this to our card base. A little glue here. And let me get a hold of this. There we go. And put it right down here. Move it around just a little bit to get it straight. There we are. I am going to press this down, make sure that I adhered it well to my card base. That feels good. Now, we have a few other pieces here. Some scraps and other pieces. This piece is going to be the inside of our card. It's going to go right here. Let me measure this for you. I want to make sure that I tell you the correct measurements. Here's my handy dandy metal ruler that I love. It is 2 3/4 by, I think it's 5 inches. 2 3/4 by 5. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this inside my card. If you wanted to stamp a sentiment or something on this, you would do that before you adhered it inside your card. We always want to stamp before we glue things together, just in case our stamping is not exactly like we want it. But that never happens, right? That never happens to any of us. Sure. What else have we got? Let's do some punching. We're going to use this hexagon punch, which I love. And we're going to punch out of a scrap of real red. 2 hexagons. 1, 2. Set those aside. And let's punch with this punch. This is part of the Be Mine suite. It's in the current mini catalog. And this, the stamp that goes with this, is actually the bee's wings. Here's the bee's body, and this punches out the bee's wings. But you'll notice it's also heart-shaped. And then there's another little heart here. I'm going to use this and just punch out a large and a small red heart. And I'm going to take these and just glue them on the inside of my card. So let's do the big one first. Just a little glue on here. There we are. And then a little tiny dab of glue here. There we go. I'm just using a little tiny bit. That's all it takes. The glue is very sticky, so it'll keep it in there. It's not going anywhere, but I don't want the glue to smush up along the sides, make my card sticky. Let's stamp. I am using the Heartfelt Hexagon stamp set, so these sentiments and these little outlines go perfectly with the hexagon punch. Today I'm using this one that says sending you lots of love and hugs. I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black Memento ink, and I've already mounted the stamp on a clear block. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper because I want to check my stamping today. So let's do a trial run and see how my stamping mojo is today. Not bad, not bad. You think I can do that twice in a row? Let's just see. Let's see if I could be that lucky. Here we are. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let me grab this hexagon punch again and punch this out. So let's center it in here. And then I like to close the punch enough so that it is just holding it in there. It's tight in there. And then I can use both my hands to punch. Let me put this ink away so I don't have an accident. Okay. There's one more thing that I used this punch for to get some hearts, and I had some glimmer paper. This is gold glimmer paper in my stash. Whenever Stampin' Up! Offers glimmer paper, it doesn't matter what color it is, I buy it. Because over time, I always wish I had glimmer paper for my projects. I love it. It's wonderful. It's super shiny. It does not shed, so it doesn't make a mess. The glitter doesn't come off or anything. It's fantastic. So I buy the glimmer paper every single time. Okay, let's see here. I need to glue some things together. So now you get to see why I punched out two of those, because I'm going to layer these together like this so it makes a nice border at the top and the bottom of my sentiment. You can also just punch one, and then you would just use your paper snips and you would cut it right through the middle and then just split it in two pieces, and one piece goes at the bottom and one piece goes at the top. So that's another way to do it. If I were doing a traditional card, and maybe just putting some dimensionals on the back of it and putting it on the front of a card, I would probably do it that way. But because this is designer series paper, it doesn't have as much heft. It's not as sturdy. This part, we're going to be putting it right here. I decided to punch out two pieces, so that just makes it a little bit stronger. All right. Well, let's just start like this. I'm going to put some of this on here. And actually, I'm going to put a little bit right there. And then I can set this down and line it up and make sure that my edges are lined up and the red is not poking out. It's not sticking out on the sides. I think we've got it. Okay. That looks good. Now, I'm going to put some glue on here because we're going to glue this to that other piece. I'm just going to put that there and lay this on top of it. And I'm aiming to get the same amount sticking out at the top and bottom. And I think I'm pretty close there. Again, I'm just looking at the sides here to make sure that my red is hidden behind the white. I'm moving that over just a tiny bit. There we go. I think that is pretty good. So, oh, and while ago, I told you about the glimmer paper, and I didn't tell you what I did. I don't think I told you. So I took the gold glimmer paper, and I punched out some hearts. I did that before we started today. So let me grab the hearts that I punched out, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put them on here first. Let's put one, just a little bit of glue. Let's put one here. And another at the top. Right about there. And then this large one, let's put it down here. We get a little glue on there so it will stick. And let's put it right about here. Yes, I'm happy with that. And I was careful when I put glue on here that I didn't bring it all the way down because I knew this was going to be hanging off. Let's put some dimensionals on this. Put it on our card. So I am going to put one dimensional there just so it helps support that little heart right there. This is going to go right on the front of my card in the center. And when I center this, I notice, let me hold this up here, I'm not sure how well you can see it, that this piece goes further than this fold. So it's hanging over a little bit. Can you see that? So the reason that's important is I want to make sure that I don't put dimensionals right on the edge here, because then that will stick my card closed. And whoever receives this would not be able to open my most beautiful Valentine. So I am going to put those over here just a little ways. Oh, let's put one at the top and one over here. And we'll put one there. I'm crazy for dimensionals. You know that if you've watched before. All right. One more. That's it. Let's bring this down. I'm going to line it up, or it looks like it's centered. That looks centered to me. So I can press those dimensionals into place. And there is my beautiful Accordion Fun Fold Valentine's card. Let me show you all the ones that I've made so far. Here's another one with the real red card base, and I use the real red here behind my sentiment. And on this one, we've got the B side of the paper kind of being the star on the inside of the card, and this gold is just kind of accenting on the front. It's back here on the back. I like the way that looked. And I've got a couple with the flirty flamingo. There's one. It has these really nice hearts and this cute plaid, gold plaid. And one more. Another piece of the paper. These gold, they're not exactly stripes, like brush strokes almost. And then the hearts with the flirty flamingo. So there's 4 to choose from. And there are more patterns in that paper pack. So you can make yourself a bunch of fun Valentine cards. All right, thank you so much for stopping in, for watching the video today. If you enjoyed it, I hope that you'll like it. Tell your friends about it and come back again because we'll have another card very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.